Good morning, my name is Pestres Huerta, and today we'll be going over task 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-0815, which is practicing noise, light, and litter discipline. Before we start, we're just going to go over a safety brief. Just as you can see around, we have some cables. Just make sure you have self-awareness, don't trip on them and injure yourself. There's furniture around, make sure you don't move it without permission. You don't want it to tip over, fall on you, and cause serious harm. Coffee will be provided for this class, so just make sure you're using the proper equipment to serve yourself coffee, as well as don't leave the coffee pot unattended, for it might cause a fire. And lastly, in case of an active shooter, remember, just evacuate immediately, hide, or if need be, fight back. All right, before we start the class, we're going to do a pre-combat checklist, PCC or PCI. So if I could just have everyone take off their ID tags, water source, and ponchos, please. Have them in hand for inspection. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to go over the task condition extract. So, conditions: you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of the task will be performed in Mach 4. And for the purpose of this, we're not going to do Mach 4, but sometimes we can. Our standards: prevent enemy from locating your element by exercising noise, light, and litter disciplines at all times. Like I mentioned, safety risk is going to be low. So performance steps. So we're going to exercise noise discipline. One example I can show you is metal objects. One thing you can do: wrap it with tape. Unfortunately, I don't have any tape in hand, but if you do, have them all clumped together. That way, minimize noise mix. Another thing: don't smoke, because not only will that give out your position by light, also by smell, if the enemy is able to smell it. Anything that's bright, just make sure you use something that is able to blend in the environment, like for example a poncho, and just put it over it. Light: I don't have a flashlight currently, but I can use my phone as a flashlight. And I'm just imagining this in a poncho. Just put it over. If you're trying to read under or trying to read something, make sure you put the poncho over you and the light under the poncho as well to minimize light reflection. And another thing on litter, you want to make sure you designate a spot for litter. So as you can see over here, we have a trash bin. That's our designated area. So anything that needs to be tossed, you can toss it there. And at the end of the course, or at the end of the train, make sure the trash is taken out too. All right. So, all right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had a great practice with each other. Now we're going to go to the evaluating process. However, before that, we're going to go over task, conditions, and standards. Okay. So task: 071 Charlie Oscar Mike 0815, practice noise, light, and litter discipline. Conditions: you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Mach 4. All right, we are done with the evaluation process, and we found that 6 out of 7 soldiers have failed. This being said, there's going to be a retrain for everyone taking place in Building 672, Room 325, on the 19th of August at 0900. Uniform will be ACUs, and a flashlight will be reissued upon arrival. Reevaluation will be conducted at 1100 on the 19th of August in Building 672, Room 305. The same thing, the uniform will be ACUs, flashlight will be reissued upon arrival. All right, once that's all done, flashlights will be collected at the end of the training. We'll perform a police call after flashlights have been accounted for. And once it's done, we conduct a quick AAR. So what was supposed to happen? Well, we went over our deliberate risk assessment, and I was supposed to introduce task 071 Charlie Oscar Mike 0815. I was supposed to demonstrate and explain what was expected. I was supposed to give a class time to practice, which happened roughly about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Then after class practice, we went to the evaluating process, which we found that 6 out of 7 soldiers had failed. And we're supposed to state that there is a day for retrain for those who didn't show up as well, and those who still need practice. I was supposed to relate the results up to the chain of command. We were to gather the flashlights and conduct police call. At last, we were supposed to conduct this AAR. So what did happen? What went wrong? What went right? And what can improve for next time? So please let me know what are your comments, your questions, your concerns, and be polite to each other when it comes to sharing your opinion. And I would like everyone to tell me what happened. All right. So now that's all done, I'm gonna go back to my draw or my deliberate risk assessment and fill out blocks 13 and 14. Seems that everything went fine. There was no incidents, no tripping, no tilting of furniture, no burning, or no active shooting. All right, now I'm gonna connect the final PCC. So I want to see everyone's ID tags, water source, and ponchos. Okay. And SGL, I'm requesting to close out this training.